Hey everybody, this is Talkative Carl back again for another new walkthrough. Since we wrapped up Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which the completed walkthrough is up on my channel, you can follow the links in the description if you're watching this on YouTube in the future. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff to Talkative Carl on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and go ahead and check out my new Patreon, www.patreon.com/talkativecarl. If you want to join in the community and support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. Completely optional, by the way. Don't necessarily need to do that, but start. Let's build this thing together. Essentially be my producers. Anyway, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I played this when when this came out. Technically didn't finish, but I was close to the end, which I was about to wrap it up, but I don't know. That's kind of like not lost interest. It's just that I don't know. Other things came up, and then it's like new games came out. I don't know. It's just like it's poor excuse, but just like just dropped it. But now that I wrapped up Pokemon, now I can like put a little bit more focus into this, because it is gonna be a longish game, as long as I maintain a decent, not daily, but almost daily playthrough. So we'll do a new game here. I'm gonna go with normal. Casual. I want my because some people want to go with that if they die they can't be used again. I don't go that way. But I like certain characters. I want to be able to use them again if they're good in certain fights. Just a little bit. That's too loud. Might be picking up on my mic.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die in it! Die! Die! You took everything that I loved! He's gone now, Mother.
Oh my. What could have brought you here?
I think this is the first time, the first Fire Emblem game to actually show
I
blood.
wonder how you got in here. It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose.
Yeah, I can't.
Very rude indeed.
Yeah, I just want to turn up just one notch. I feel like I can't hear. Also gotta readjust my freaking seat. Always gotta do that.
Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
We'll go with the guy.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
Hold on.
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
Come on. My name.
I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
April. Great tree moon. April 23rd. I just recently turned 33, so it's like, yeah. I was born under the great tree moon. Sounds very passive.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange.
What a coincidence.
It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap.
God, why do they make these like cutesy girls in Japan look 12 as hell, but it's supposed to be like well beyond the legal age? You know, it's kind of like a, I know Japan has their own thing over there, but they got a nasty habit of like making girls who look like, I don't know, like in fantasies like over thousands of years old but look 12, you know? Kind of odd.
Hey, time to wake up.
Jiraiya from Naruto.
Were you having that dream again? You've described her to me before. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts.
Or idle hands.
Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn. Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
They're from Hogwarts.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Let's start fresh. I like the whole idea with the three houses, man. The reason I love Fire Emblem in general, but the fact that they mixed it up and made it very Hogwartsy, I thought it was like a very nice touch.
Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
The first Fire Emblem game was on the GameCube. I forgot what it. Path of Radiance. I think I got it on Christmas. My stepmama got it for me. I did not know what Fire Emblem was. She just got it for me, and just by I was hesitant at first because like I don't know what, you just gave me some random game. I have no clue. Never asked for this. Never seen it before. But I played it. I became a fan since. I was like, it's one of those. It was one of those moments where it's like, those random gifts that you happen to actually like. So it's like a happy accident.
Stay focused.
Ready and willing.
Appreciate my bow and arrow, guys.
Sorry, but victory is mine.
Use the battle menu to create bookmarks, saves, view tutorial guides, and more. To access it, press the A button and then the cursor on the space without an active unit.
I will prevail. You have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
I'll cut through. Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now. Thanks for that. I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village. The gods of fortune must be smiling on me. That's the golden deer for you.
Combat arts.
Is that all? Each battle, a chance to grow.
Damn! Why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
Forests are not the only terrain type you will encounter. Keep an eye out for others, such as thickets and heel tiles. You can see the effects of the terrain by placing your cursor over it.
Hey! You with the blank stare! Out of my way!
This is a fine opportunity. Here's the combat arts I taught you. Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
Lord.
I'm not done yet.
This thing
Failure is not an option.
now.
Such power dwells within.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning. Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that? I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd.
Yes, how odd.
That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
You sure acting like a child.
Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you? Such arrogance. You look the part, but are you truly an adult? You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
So you used the time stone?
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
What now?
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do? Of course! I must turn back the hands of time!
If you can control time to stop it, obviously it makes sense you can reverse it.
Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time. Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Use the beautiful Joe move.
over here.
Huh?
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Sarros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
Stage complete.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois. Just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child? Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Sarros.
The Knights of Sarros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Sarros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything? You haven't heard of the Knights of Sarros? The most famous order of knights in all of Fodlan.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. And showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
But Edelgard, of course.
A wise choice. Though the Empire has fallen from its former glory, the other regions are merely offshoots that pale in comparison.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
She is a refined young woman, but I feel as though she is always evaluating me. Oh. Hey, maybe Seth Drea. Full name. He seems quite sincere, but I sense darkness lurking beneath. Claude. His easy smile is striking, but that smile doesn't reach his eyes.
Yes, I thought the same.
I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Unfortunately, I have to work on Memorial Day, but I'm not working on that Sunday. So I figured that Saturday, I'm thinking of doing like a 7 to possibly 10 hour stream of Overwatch. Just like a, something like that. It's something I've been noodling around for a minute. I think Overwatch is the only game I want to do to just play around with for several hours.
Part 1. White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses.
Great tree moon.
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree.
I always love these artworks and storybook telling things that go on.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of
but I never
war and
finished it.
turmoil,
I thought it'd be time to return back
these
to it.
3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
Because I don't have that many games to, like, at least not major walkthroughs to do. I just wrapped up Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu that's on my YouTube channel. So now I can focus on this as another long, it's gonna be a long game, so I figure I need to put some focus into it.
I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got towards the end, but never wrapped it up. So like I know what would go down technically, but I just never wrapped up the last bit.
Garrick Mock Monastery.
I love this whole gimmick they have here in this new Fire Emblem game. I mentioned it before my friends when this game came out that I like the whole Hogwarts thing they got going on. That was like a nice little touch. I do prefer like the mages. You know, I'm a magic kind of person rather than like a knight or, you know, whatsoever. Who do you guys go with? Y'all go with like the archer type of characters, or mages, or knights?
Ray is here.
This is very anime too. It's just, I'm shocked that they never made like a Fire Emblem anime show. Yeah, I play like at least 4 Fire Emblem games. But my first one was Fire Emblem
Forced to see her now.
Path of Radiance. And that was on the GameCube. That's how long it's been. And I was mentioning earlier that my stepmama got it from me back then. She just got it from me. I never asked for it. I never seen it before. She was like, here, you might like this. And it's like, I don't even know what the heck that is. So I played it. And it was surprisingly fun. The whole strategic battle strategies and stuff like that. It's kind of like my uncle played this game called Risk back in the day. Now, of course, I never understood it, but it's kind of like when I played, you know, Delia's Warrior Legends, and you do that conquering territory and beat the other opponent. And this combat style of Fire Emblem is pretty similar, so I guess it's my version of Risk.
I've never spoken of this to you before, but many years ago, I was a knight here. I reported to the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
It's the same thing.
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Sarros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Sarros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Sarros.
Every time I try to get out, they keep pulling me back in.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well. Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor.
So where's the sorting hat then?
And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor.
Well,
My, how
hello,
stern and
nurse.
handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
I'll stay on my Lady Edelgard, if that's what you meant.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy.
Pip pip, cheerio.
I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
And I'll say again, hello, nurse.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Mittelfranc Opera Company's beautiful, peerless.
MILF?
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses.
I'll probably no 100% guarantee, but I'm 90% sure that I'm just gonna stick to like the main story.
I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
I'll try to get this posted on my YouTube channel. Heavy, if you haven't subscribed to my Patreon or YouTube channel, it's the same name, Talkative Carl. Like, I stream almost every day except like Wednesdays and Thursdays, but you'll see my links in the Streamlabs. You can easily follow me on Twitter if you have one, so you'll know when I'm streaming. But of course, follow me on my Twitch, and whenever you can ding that bell so you'll know when I'm up and streaming live.
Do you really not know? Fine.
I'm picking
I'll do you a favor
Edelgard. I
and
did the
explain.
same thing last time because I was like that girl.
The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
Empress? But Gryffindor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
I gotta say maybe Hufflepuff?
Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance.
Ravenclaw.
Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
So when do we catch the golden snitch?
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray.
Glad you found it, Heavy. Yeah, I'm trying to start like a Patreon. I started a Patreon like almost like a week or two ago, because I'm doing like more on-camera discussion videos as well. And for the most part, early Patreon members get first access. But you get to choose a topic for discussion, whether it's like comic or a couple episodes of a TV show or anime or a movie that you want me to review, and then I'll make it a priority and, you know, make a list and make a priority to post. But further details is on the Patreon, but the link is in the description. Hello. Oh, hello. Nah, it's alright, man. I started bringing it up and just slowly building it.
Of course.
Because, you know, I had like a couple of people made like certain suggestions for a video. Like one, like at least one video is about, you know, the meaning behind death in video games. That's one of my favorite ones that I did for the on-camera stuff. that I posted on YouTube. Hopefully, like, the audio quality doesn't. I mean, it should still be fine, but I got a better mic since then. But and then like I did another one. What was the other video, on camera video, that I did enjoy? Shoot. Oh, it was about like what I think about movies based off of video game properties. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a great suggestion from a viewer or a subscriber. All right, exploring. If you are ever unsure what to do next, look to the left side of the screen. Your current objectives will be displayed there.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
Okay, you should speak with every student you can. This might be your only chance to see what they really like before you become a professor. Speak to the 3 house leaders and gather information about the students in each house. The students can be found in the reception hall on the 1st floor and throughout the Officers' Academy. Informal introductions. Quests are tasks given to you by people around the monastery. And this is a whole lot easier than it was back in the day when dealing with quests.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now, you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
I'm playing on normal difficulty, and I made sure that, you know, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am not one of those people who play this game and prefer to have their characters permanently die. I want to reuse them, so I want my characters to always come back if they fall. Reception hall. I guess those kind of people who do that is like those hardcore Fire Emblem players, maybe.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg.
Edelgard von Hresvelg. What's up with these Norse type English names that nobody can
I am the
pronounce?
princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Yeah.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child.
Okay. He's a mage.
You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable. Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
She is honestly cute. And I love those strong women.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating.
Heavy, like, let me ask you something. When it comes to Fire Emblem, when they do those romantic couple connections things, do you enjoy those? Like, for some reason I do kind of enjoy those in this particular franchise more so than anything else. For some reason, maybe because I can control the scenario of who gets together that makes sense, you know?
His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is perhaps too pleased with its own status. He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping.
Nothing wrong with a good nap every once in a while, but I do say, speaking of the connections and support and romance, I want to make sure that since I'm controlling the romantic connections, I want to make sure that they're, you know, look like they would be compatible. You know, like this dude's kind of like, well, there's gonna be a girl coming up that I'll point out that's a bit neurotic, and I probably would be putting her together with somebody who kind of like a yin yang thing, kind of like, you know, be the strength she lacks, or kind of thing. If that makes sense. I gotta see who Ash was again.
If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak
Because
of,
Petra did stand out for me, but I forgot who Ash
to become
was.
an official of the Empire.
I don't have Ash on here, but yeah, maybe it's that character. There's gonna be characters I'll get later, but I think that maybe you're talking about that. Oh, Blue Alliance. Oh.
He's the second son of Count Bergles. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself.
I turned this dude into one of those like tanky soldiers, those heavy armored soldiers, and I think I want to stick with that. He seems like
he's overly energetic,
you know,
and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Bernadetta. I love Bernadetta. I don't know why.
She's Count Varley's only daughter.
She is so adorable.
She's a bit eccentric,
she's kind of the person.
she
Just want.
Seems like a gentle soul.
Yeah, she seems like so sweet, and just want to give her a hug. You know what I mean? I love Bernadetta. And it sounds so close to Bayonetta.
I believe she's shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry. I'll make sure she finds her way to class. She's Count... I believe...
Dorothea. I think the last time I played this game, I think I was gonna be connected with Dorothea, because to be honest, it was close, but like when it came down to it, I was like, stuck between the choice between Edelgard and Dorothea, to be honest. But I think I was leaning towards Dorothea towards the end. Oh yeah, she is. Bernadette is like total waifu. Like her, Dorothea, and Edelgard is definitely the waifus of the entire game. Personally, to me, it's like, you know, for different reasons. Because I love like strong women like Edelgard, but I like Bernadette is so sweet. You just want to just like hold her and protect her kind of situation and just be there for her. And she seems like kind of woman that's good for a guy, like the ideal person that you want your mother, kind of woman your mother will probably introduce you to. And then there's Dorothea.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception.
Yep. Petra is like maybe like a good, well, I wouldn't even call her the fourth, maybe the fifth person, because I think that nurse opera singer that we met, what's her name? I think she's number 4 on my list. And then Petra is gonna be right behind her.
She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers Academy.
Man, because it was a hard decision, man, between Dorothea and Edelgard, man, because like I love them both, but man, I think like Dorothea might have just tipped the scales just slightly, and I mean like by fractions of an inch slightly over Edelgard, you know. But I love Edelgard too, man. Yeah. It's the game developers, like, I mentioned this many times before in past videos, but you can tell, because it was around the time I was playing Cyberpunk and I voiced my, you know, grievance about that entire game before, but you can tell by playing the game the blood, sweat, and tears that the game developers put into it, that like just like the PS4 Spider-Man game and Miles Morales, you can tell there was a lot put into it in every nook and cranny that adds more oomph to it than the already great game that it is. And I think Fire Emblem Three Houses is the same thing. They put a lot of time into this, just like with Final Fantasy VII Remake. When I played that on the stream, you can tell the time and it was put into it to make every detail just right. And unlike Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where they feel like they was padding out crap with unnecessary side missions, you know, certain things, I mean, like all games have side missions, but it's side missions that, you know, amount to something. It doesn't feel like busy work, if that means anything. And so like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Spider-Man PS4, and then Miles Morales, and then Fire Emblem Three Houses, they all have like significant amount of side missions, but side missions that are not only fun, but it amounts to something, you know. Yeah, this is like an awesome game. And I gotta say personally, because when I made that video about, you know, games, because it was from a request that I made that video about games, you know, video game deaths that have meaning. It's called something else, but check out that video on my YouTube channel. Like I got into like further detail, but I showed, because one of my other followers, when I was playing Cyberpunk, we was talking about, it was around the time after the Game Awards last year when Last of Us Part 2 won. And I honestly do not think it had any right to win at all, because I hear from people who talk about how like, oh, you know, people mad about like, oh, this is like Abby, the, you know, because the way she looked, which honestly, I'm not, you know, one of those goofy dudes that, you know, don't like female-led characters, or strong females, and all that misogynistic crap. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that people knew Joel was gonna die. We all knew that was gonna happen. We wasn't having, at least me personally, because I don't play Last of Us. It's not my cup of tea of a game, but I watched the walkthrough when the first game came out years ago, and I like the story for what it is, and I like Joel as a character, and the girl he's looking after, I forgot, Ellie, and we all knew he was gonna die in the sequel that was coming up, but it's the way he died that at least I know personally I have grievance with. I'm pretty sure that for reasonable other people will agree that it lacked any sort. It's like a punk way out of dying, and people thinking like, oh, you're subverting their expectations. People, and I showed in my video many examples of video game characters that we stuck around with for a long time that died, good guys and bad guys, that actually amounted to something that didn't feel cheap, and some of which did subvert expectations, but it didn't cause issues. Like I use like these a couple of examples. I just want to put it out there because more examples on my video, but I mentioned like the Joker in the Batman Arkham City. He died, and that was like a reasonable death because it, narratively speaking, when he screwed himself by knocking the antidote out of Batman's head because because his own comeuppings he brought onto himself, his death had meaning to it. He was hoisted by his own petard kind of scenario. Or if like the Walking Dead Telltale game, when I forgot the first guy's name, the black guy, what's his doggone name, I forgot, but you know what I'm talking about, the first Walking Dead game, Telltale game, when he was obviously bitten, he was gonna die, he was gonna change, and his adopted daughter, for lack of a better term, had to pull the trigger, but that built to something, and it was all reasonable, a reasonable build up. Can you imagine if he I mean, like, we all didn't expect him to go out in like a blaze of glory shooting down armies of the dead. That would have been cool, but we don't want it to be like a punk way out, the way just to be knocked out by a golf club. Like, I go in deeper into it in my video, but it's just like death has to account for something. It doesn't, it should be like a middle ground between being cheap and going out in like a blaze of glory kind of scenario, it has to feed into the narrative that makes sense, and it just lacked that to me. And people think that was like a high art or something like that that deserve Game of the Year, and I brought up like Ghost of Tsushima or Final Fantasy VII Remake were more well deserving of Game of the Year because they did a far better job, not only narratively, character wise, gameplay, and graphics. All that they checked off perfectly. I mean, of course they have that little, no game's perfect, but they all have like little, minor issues. But Last of Us Part 2 had like a significant issue, at least a couple of significant issues that's like, can't be overlooked. It was so huge that it could not be overlooked.
To the west of Fodlan is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Okay, that's the Black Eagles. They got a lot of places section off.
The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty of other prominent nobles as well.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
Oh, you are? It's such an honor to meet you. Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
And I am Lycithia von Ordelia. Please do not forget it.
It's Lycithia that you were talking about, because yeah, I'm a person who's good with faces, not with names. So she is very, very cute.
Are you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid.
Yeah, it's okay. Like some of these names was hard to spell, but I understood you.
Hi, I'm Leone Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
No.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
Hi.
Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you.
It's hard to say which of these ladies I like the least, besides spoiler alert Rhea, but as far as like least attractive, it's hard to say because I was mentioning earlier in the videos that you know that elf looking girl in the beginning of the game, like Japan has like a nasty habit of like making characters that's like appear like who are actually like millions of years old but look like they're 12, and like, you know, it's like a very weird you don't want to be weird, you know, ogling her in a particular way, because it's like on the surface area she looks 12 and the other characters look like they just turned like 18 or about to turn 7, you know, about to turn 18, and they're just still in the 17 range or older.
I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is Marianne von Edmund. Marianne von Edmund. Are you joining the Knights of Sarros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Cool.
What do you think?
Le Claude.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude Von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness.
Yeah, but I shouldn't feel like I should be turning myself in from looking at half of these women, you know what I mean? I feel that badly about it sometimes, especially when it comes to anime. Like I shouldn't feel guilty looking at half of these girls because the way that, you know, certain developers draw them.
I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone? Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well.
You know, if there was any like female followers that I have, I'm pretty sure there's at least a handful. I'm curious to know what kind of guys did they like from this roster. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Claude female fans out there.
But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Archers. I have appreciation with like a bow and arrow people. You know, a little over a week ago, I went out to an archery range for my birthday. Early, well, it was a week after my birthday, but no, I couldn't get no ride on my birthday to do it. But I had like a 1 hour private session of archery. It was so much fun. I mean, I posted on my Twitter the pictures of me at the archery. They didn't allow recording, but I had a whole lot of fun. It's like at least a dozen rounds. The first couple, like, I was off a bit, but as time went on, like, I just got like, I'm just nailing those shots. But I love using the compound bow, to be honest with you, man. It was so much fun, and the sound that the arrow makes when it's piercing through the air, it makes a thwip sound, and for some reason I enjoy that sound so much. But man, if you have a chance, try out archery, because it's super fun. It'll blow your mind. Oh, are you serious, Heavy? Like, yeah, oh my god. Because I want to try also axe throwing, and then like go to a gun range, but I need to bring somebody who has like a gun license in order to go through like hours of like, getting to know the weapon and cleaning it, and then before you actually shoot it in the range. But people like just go to Texas and just be able to just try it out, like, well, not, I'm pretty sure not like a snap, but it probably takes less of a hassle just to do it because it's Texas. But man, I love using that bow. I think that's gonna be like my new hobby. I just wish it was closer to my house than it was. I had to travel. I'm in Illinois, but it's like I'm in the suburbs. I had to travel. Well, you probably don't know the area, but like there's like a city called Elmhurst. I had to travel, like, it's probably like was technically by car 30 to 40 minutes away, but I had a ball, man, and I wish it was a lot closer so I can just go and make it my little thing. But I had to be careful about leaning in because I'm right-handed, and I had to use my left hand to hold the bow, and I had to learn not to lean, because I learned that if you lean in your less dominant shoulder, when you release the bowstring, it whips back, and it caught me by the arm a couple of times, so I had to learn to relax my dominant arm. It's a like a few things you have to apparently keep in mind when you're using a bow. So, but man, I was like, there's at least a handful of times I was nailing the dead eye target, like hit those bullseyes like that. And especially I made my last round, I made that count and nailing those the direct target. But like the right side of the target spot was like riddled with arrow holes, so you can tell that I'm right-handed because like a certain side was like riddled with holes. But I made my last couple of rounds count and nailing those things, especially when I did like very tight groupings. I was very proud of myself. That's what I'm saying. I definitely want to go back.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think like, I always had like an appreciation with like bows and arrows. That, and I love like katana swords, the killage, and it's just like, I don't know. But like the bow and arrows, I think is one of the most tried and true weapons since the dawn of time. And I think like if like God forbid like an apocalypse happened and we have to forge a hunter-gatherer style again, the bow and arrow will always be needed, because like you don't necessarily run out of ammo, because you always can easily make new arrows. Not easy, but easier than getting new bullets, because you got to conserve more gun ammo than anything else. Because it's not going to be any kind of manufacturers around anymore to make new bullets. But you can always forge and make your own arrows when you have the downtime and have the resources. We started out with the longbow, then halfway through the session we tried out the compound. Like it was me and a friend of mine who brought me there because he had a car. Oh yeah, so yeah, you're good. And I don't know how much like bows and arrows cost, but I'm pretty sure it's like a significant amount. But it's like I probably want to bring my own and just because steady practice, because I want to be able to do like Hawkeye and Green Arrow, just to be able to like, you know, pull the arrow out of the quiver, you know, load it and fire in like rapid successions. But that's like constant practice.
That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
This is just a formality. I'm already gonna choose like the Edelgard and the Black Eagles, but this is just a formality.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life.
Where are you from, Heavy? Are you in the United States somewhere? $600, my God.
Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are
I
training,
do always.
eating,
Oh,
and...
you're from the UK.
Nah,
Isn't
actually,
it
that's
nighttime
about it.
over there? Or at least about to become like, well, I don't know about dawn, but like, isn't it nighttime over that way? Yeah. Oh, so it's a little 22. That's PM, because military time is tricky for me. I have to really think, because like I don't like military time, because I don't want to think about like what it is. I was about to say like, is this past noon or past midnight?
He's the second son of a merchant family.
Yeah.
Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight.
Because one of my other followers, he's from what did he say? It was South America? I think somewhere in South America. One is the Spanish area countries, not Mexico. I know it's not Mexico. I know that much. It was, but like something like that. It's crazy how far-reaching I get my viewers.
If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
What kind of boots is he wearing? The short shorts? What the hell?
Lycithia is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here.
Count Ordelia. She looked like a vampire.
But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
She looked like a straight up vampire.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Animal friend. I mean, despite me choosing the Black Eagles, you still obviously interact with these other people, just not... Well, technically you do battle with them, but, you know, they're just like those ally things. So,
Hilda
I'm not missing
is the
out.
only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit.
I think, what's her name? Bernetta has probably the most interesting background above anybody else, to be honest with you. I don't know what it is, but it's just like her history always seemed a little bit more intriguing than anybody else's, to be honest with you.
If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
She looked like a complete airhead. She like she just stares blankly off in the distance. You don't know where her mind's at.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Okay, that's everybody.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Okay. This classroom belongs to the Blue Lion House. Our house leader is Prince Dimitri. All of us here hail from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Hey there. Are you the mercenary who saved His Highness? It's an honor to meet you. I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Sylvain Jose Gautier. I say that 3 times fast. Sylvain Jose Gautier. Let's call you Jose. That's easier. No way, Jose.
And who's this? You
She
don't
looked like a
familiar
school
at all.
marm back in the
work
old
here at the
West. Got
monastery?
that little sweet kindergarten teacher look about her, you know? Just like trying to wrangle kids for like the next lesson or something.
Oh, Mercy. Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about? Now that I think about it,
Mercedes.
That
I
does
think
sound like
Mercedes,
something
despite her
Dimitri may
being
have
like kind of
said.
beautiful, I think she's probably just narrowly the least attractive to me. It's like she got a nice personality kind of situation, and she obviously is beautiful. But you know, those type of people, like you've seen like celebrities, you can understand their attractiveness, but it just does not click with you. Now, a lot of people love the Kardashians and think they're attractive and stuff. I do not find the Kardashians attractive at all, because for the most part they're fake plastic people. But same thing with like Nicki Minaj and yeah, well, yeah, that's good examples. It's like I can acknowledge why people might think they're beautiful, but I can't. They do not make my Wakanda forever at all. They are not attractive to me. I can't. I mean, they might be great people personality wise, but it's just like it does not move the needle for me at all.
I suppose you'll be enrolling at the officers'
And that's how I feel,
Academy
kind of
too,
like Mercedes. I think she's probably very low on the totem pole. If I had to make a choice of a character in this game that I find the least attractive.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
And what's with the accent? Like, my name is Mercedes. You know the way she sounds her name? Like, Mercedes. My name is Mercedes.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Yes. I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
I keep wanting to say Fargus. City of Fargus.
He also said you're quite skilled.
Well, I'm curious, since you're from the UK, what do you think about these supposed English people? Supposedly English people? Do they like kind of meet the parameters of true English?
I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Ingrid? Want me to call you an Ingrid?
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, more people.
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you.
Oh, that's Ash. Duh.
This here is Dadu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
Dadu. I just like to mess around with these names because, like, when I first played this, it's like I'm pretty sure girls probably like this dude because he's big and stuff, and they probably play around with his name, like call him, oh, what's his name, Daddy? Yeah, you want me to call him Daddy? I'll call him Daddy. This is Daddy.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude.
I'll be stealing your woman to deceiving.
Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
If your woman requires my strength, I'll be there to hasten to repay this debt. I'll hasten to give her a good boning. I imagine he has to be that big.
Right.
Hello.
It's kind of like if you see Terry Crews, instead of like being like an action star, he turns out to be like the manager at Costco. You'll feel very cheated in life. Like, you got all those muscles for nothing.
Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
He kind of looks like I hate to put this on Dimitri, but he kind of reminds me of that teenage creep on Game of Thrones, that sadist child. Got his freaking name. It was a combination of that and that the bully from Harry Potter. What's his name? Like those two people combined, but he's actually got a nice personality.
Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
Okay.
Me? Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think?
To be fair, I kind of hate that too when people try to put me on the spot to answer certain questions. Like, I don't even know how to answer.
I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
I like to jerk off in the mirror to myself, because I just love myself.
Dedu was born in Dusker, and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years.
Daddy was born in Dusker.
He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
Once you get to know him, you'll know he likes anal.
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy.
And very into Sasuke. To almost look like him.
He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
He's total edgelord.
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner.
And I hear he likes catching Pokemon.
He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
He's dreamed to be a Pokemon master.
Sylvain is the heir to House Gautier. He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
Oh, so he is gonna get me too at some point.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom.
He's the designated driver among her friends. She's not a rebel at all, and she easily gets fooled by a lot of dudes.
She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her.
It'd be funny if Mercedes would be one of those like hardcore edgelords underneath, and it's like some wicked crap, like into like bum fights or something like that. It'd be like so off-putting, like whoa, like where the hell is that coming from? It'd be like very messed up, like out of left field. She like just hardcore, like into like gangbangs and stuff like that. Like whoa, that's like left turn.
Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Oh, she's a danger-prone Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Like, she's Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, so it's like, oh, what does this button do? Boom! Samir. Like I said, it's like I'm not good with names, just with faces. Like, can't recall who Samir
Count
was.
Galatea's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself.
Ingrate.
She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
I appreciate your effort.
Oh, and that's another thing I like. When you're done with the task, you don't have to go all the way back to meet them again. You can just, you know, just say, I completed it, done, move on. I like that. I do not, because that's the one thing about like some games, even like specifically Fire Emblem in the past, is that when you're done with the task, you gotta go back to the person just to tell them you're done with the task. You can just be done with it and continue forward. Let's go to the chamber.
How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as
dang, I should have like checked on these other 2 teachers.
But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
So you have chosen the Black Eagles led by Edelgard, correct?
Yes.
Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
Once again, Lon, there's another girl. Looks 12 as hell, but why they gotta make her like relatively attractive? But you shouldn't feel that way because she looks 12.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame.
I'm pretty sure she's legally 18, but it's like that barely legal chick that you shouldn't be messing around with that kind of fakes her ID just to get in adult lounges or clubs.
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Seteth's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
You should go back to middle school, kid. Jeez.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the three houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
That is all. Move along.
Wait, so our new professor is you? I didn't see that one coming.
Easy, Caspar. Aren't
Casper,
you being a bit rude?
the friendly ghost.
You know it's a waste of time to expect politeness from him. It will be a pleasure learning from you, Professor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to take a nap.
Surprise, surprise. Oh, by the way, Heavy, I do have the PS5 I recently got it, and also have the Xbox Series S that I got early in April. So, eventually, once I get like new, because I'm planning on getting Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and the new God of War game for the PS5 and other stuff in the future. But for the new Xbox console, I will be getting the Suicide Squad game and Gotham Knights to play on it. What I mean by that is flying is legal. Yeah, I know they're legal. It's just half of these people is like, at least like a few of them looks, you know, very 13-ish, and it's like very off-putting.
Don't look at me like that. Oh, and please don't talk to me too much either.
Oh my god, I just love Bernadette. I don't know why I love Bernadette so much. That is like just like everything about it. It just amazes the voice actors. It's just, I don't know. It's just Bernadette is so awesome.
I'm sorry for the chaos you've walked into.
You're gonna get pregnant soon. Just wait.
I hear we are rather close in age, Professor.
Dorothea. Just wait.
I hope you do not mind if we treat you like one of us. In our class, we try to treat each other as equals, despite any differences in age or status. Personally, I would love to include you in that inner circle.
Don't mind at all.
You have a gut, Professor. I will take great joy from your teachings.
Oh, I forgot about Petra's little weird pronunciations of sentences. You have a gut, Professor. Thank you for noticing.
Petra, I believe you mean to say that our professor has guts. That's a bit different from having a gut. You can't go around saying someone so slim and attractive has a gut.
Oh!
I don't mind certain
take my
women
apologies.
with a little
I
gut.
have not yet mastered this language.
Professor,
What, English?
I want you to know that it's perfectly acceptable for you to treat me as you do the others. I may be the Imperial Princess, but here at the Academy, I'm just another student.
It's just like with like I think she's supposed to be like a representation of like certain people from different foreign lands who are learning the English language, and just like certain phrases that we normally use, like, you know, idioms and like, you know, certain phrases is like kind of a little off for them. It's like certain idioms that we use is like if you think about it, can sound strange on the outside looking in. Like if you tell somebody from Mexico or I don't know, Russia or something like that, like you tell them like you hit the nail on the head, like what's this nail on head? It's like it's just an expression, but you know, that kind of thing. That's Petra. You tell her like it's about time, and she will actually look at a clock.
That said, know that I have high expectations of you, and high hopes. But I'm certain you can lead the Black Eagle House to greatness.
Or if you tell her like, the roof is on fire, the roof, and then she actually like freaks out.
Sure. Now let's break the ice with a training session. I want to see our new teacher in action.
Why will the ice be broken?
See?
Is this a custom I have missed in my studies?
Not real ice, just the ice of, well, it just means let's get to know each other.
I don't want to train. Let's stay in the classroom and learn from a book.
I just want to give you a hug.
Let's all calm down and have a nice cup of tea.
Drop my phone.
Doesn't that sound lovely, Professor?
Oh yeah, we do have tea parties for some reason in this game. I'm not a fan of the tea parties. I don't know, because it's like, you know, you end up making one slight mistake and ruin the mood and you feel bad.
I know we all agree to treat each other as equals, but there is a limit to what I can tolerate. The esteemed Black Eagle House requires order.
Looks like your first job will be to quiet down this racket.
I don't envy you.
Oh yeah, Hubert, and he's definitely the Snape of the group. Professor Snape.
They're not normally this rowdy. I do hope you can manage, Professor.
Combat arts. 1 second, let me pick up my phone. You know, once I get a chance to save, I'm gonna go ahead and play some more. I'll boot up my PS4 so I can play a little bit more of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney trilogy, and then afterwards I'll end like the stream for today with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist video. But I'll be back tomorrow to play some more of this Fire Emblem. You receive 1,000 gil, I won't say gil, from the Church of Sarros as funding for this month's activities. I like the whole charts and like this whole setup of what the next program, and the birthdays and stuff like that. I love those touches. I can't explain why, but I thought that was very unique and great touch.
To determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests? Well, allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while.
Handman. Mr. Handman.
Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now. I suspect as much, yes. But we won't know for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
But of course.
Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this? A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected?
Oh my goodness, that just twiddles my mustache.
To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Ahem. Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done.
Now get out.
What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that, but to a greater degree than usual.
It is not possible to go into battle with the same appearance as in the monastery. You can set this in the journal by selecting Unit Appearance. You can now change the protagonist's outfit to the dancer ensemble in your journal. The quest has been added from chapter 5 of the main story on. You will find the quest via the bulletin board. In order to accept it, you must have the ability to invite people to tea parties.
With each moon, professors of the Officers' Academy receive a schedule for the month ahead. It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month and when.
To the house leader. I'm gonna go ahead and save. I know it's automatically, but yeah, I'm gonna save right here. If you wanna come back, if you already follow me on Twitch, so you can get the notifications when I'm back up again. I just need a few minutes. I want to end the stream. I need a few minutes so I can get my PS4 up and running, so I can play some Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So yeah, so hope you still feeling up. I'm not sure if you want to get some sleep heavy, because if you need to, I understand. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. But yeah, just but I will be playing some Phoenix Wright in like a few minutes. So hope to see you there. If not, you take care of yourself, and I'll probably see you next time, man. Oh, thanks, Heavy. I just saw it. All right. Yeah, I just need a good 5 minutes, and then I'll be up and running for another game.